right, whachow, take a kick in the nuts. I'm your host, Super Sci Guy. Today we're joined by your regular Joe Schmoes, Kerbifer,
Even if your heart is the prison. Wait, shit.
Gina,
Yeah, well, you're 5 foot a bitch.
Cheru,
Gotta eat before I fight the Titans.
Cyberlank,
You must defeat Uncle Sensei to stand a chance.
Frogman,
What was a life compared to the immortality of a high score?
Gabby,
Oh no, I the cake family.
Martin,
Ben's voice gives him super strength.
and today our very special guest is Ben Diskin, the voice of a million people. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hello there.
Welcome to the show. Let's do credits right off the back. So you were in Avatar, you were codename Kid Next Door as Nigel Uno #1, #2, Eugene from Hey Arnold, Sai from Naruto Shippuden, Kingdom Hearts is young Xeno
Yeah, that guy.
young Xeno Heart, Xeno. I didn't play that one.
Pronunciation of words in the correct form.
Basically,
someone-
anybody listening, if you were our age, you heard him in everything you ever watched growing up. Congratulations.
It is a great pleasure to have you on the show.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. It's awesome to be here.
Thank you for making the time skip with us, even though because we had a little trouble from somebody.
So this is whachow Shippuden.
Yeah.
Sure. We're all older and cooler now.
I get to wear a vest.
Does that mean he gets to play Psy? Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody? Nobody?
High five!
I did it! I
No,
did the
but-
joke anyway!
All right.
I
So
should be proud of you, but I'm not.
Okay, so let's start off questions. I have a very important question here from a very big fan. His name is Sai, and he asks if you could be any kind of tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
These are the deep questions.
Yeah.
A cedar tree,
Yeah?
and why?
Yeah.
Insert something witty here. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a
That was
weird
good.
question.
That was good. I liked
All
it.
right.
not ask him to do this. I'm so sorry. All right.
It's okay.
Let's go. Let's go back
I
to
think
the
that's the
beginning.
best answer we've ever gotten.
Let's go back to the
Let's go
beginning.
all the way back to the beginning. You've been doing this forever. I was telling Ben before we started the show. I had no idea he was on Hey Arnold. And so you've
Kindergarten Cop.
well that
Yeah.
so you've been doing live action stuff since you were a kid, and then you started doing voiceover, and you've been in so much stuff. Go back to the beginning. How did you get your start as an actor?
As an actor, my parents are both actors, and when my mom was pregnant with me, her agent said to her, "Hey, when your kid is born, we'd like to represent him." So,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, so they signed paperwork, and I had an agent before I was even born.
Jesus.
So
Oh.
it's one of those things where it's like, well, okay, I guess I'm gonna be an actor because that's what life had for me. And
It's good to have an end.
yeah, that's the problem is people ask me like, hey, I really want to do this. I want to be an actor. I want to be a voice actor or theater. How do I go about getting an agent? And my advice is always like, go back
Make
in time.
sure your parents are actors.
Yes, and use
And
magic and time travel and
Be born.
So
Be-
yeah,
be
exactly.
born with one.
There's a
Totally
movie plot
useless.
right there. You can pitch that shit to Hollywood.
Batman. Batman joke.
But yeah, that's how I got started in this, and it was just it was something I liked doing, and I didn't stop.
that's really cool, actually.
And so was Kindergarten Cop your first gig, or
Technically, no. My first gig, I was about 1, and it was a McDonald's commercial, and I was
Okay.
eating chicken McNuggets. But first movie role. No, actually, I don't think that was my first movie role. I think I was doing something a little earlier than that, maybe like The Pickle or something like that. Some kind of movies that are a little obscure because they weren't very successful.
right?
But yeah, that was like my first like really big movie. It was one of those really cool experiences because they really treated the kids well on set. They like built us a playground on the Universal lot, and like it was trailers for the parents. It was like wow, this is awesome. We get to hang out with Arnold and then go play. It was really cool.
That is awesome.
Okay, sweet. So, I know you said on like I've listened to some other interviews with you. You mentioned like it was rough doing that because like people were like, "Oh, you're not really a movie star. You're not really rich. You're not this and that," and it sucked. And
Yeah.
because we're all nerds too. We all got made fun of in school and shit. But
Yeah.
and then voiceover was kind of the thing that changed that. So how did you start doing voiceover from a young age, and like and what was that early experience kind of like?
Well, I started doing voiceover when I was about 6. This is before we've had all these modern, like early entrance, like learning programs where kids are reading by 2 and stuff like that. I never had any of that, so I didn't know how to read at 6. I just started kindergarten, so my agent would have to tell me, okay, say this and say that, and it was like, oh, okay, great, and just repeat it back to him. But my first real genuine experience with voiceover as far as animation is concerned, I was 10 years old, and I did the voice of Junior Healy for the Problem Child animated TV series
Oh
that
my
ran on
God.
Sunday mornings on USA Cartoon Express.
Wow.
Oh shit! And how many episodes was that?
It went a total of 26.
Okay.
But the fun thing about this show is that this was one of the very, very first cartoon shows to use, wait for it, computers to animate.
Whoa!
And so that was like this big deal back then. It was like, oh my gosh, no, it's not hand drawn, it's computers. And they were like the one of the actors on this show was Nancy Cartwright of Bart Simpson fame. And this was before The Simpsons became this massive, massive, massive show where she's making, money hand over fist and doesn't have to do little things like Problem Child, the animated series. But so she was there, and the director was telling us all about this great animation. And he said, it's not going to look like, flat and two-dimensional, like The Simpsons. And she just shot him this look and said, I'm sorry, excuse me, what? What did you say? And he's like, well, I mean, not that The Simpsons is bad. I mean, it's a great show. But the actual animation for this thing was so bad. I mean, it's on Hulu, so you can actually go see it. And it's, oh, God. Like, the characters' faces don't match what they're saying. Their eyes are looking all over the place. It looks kind of like, do you remember Dr. Katz, the squiggle vision?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It looks unintentionally like that. It's just, oh, dear Lord.
Jeez.
So really, and then for the second season, they're like, okay, all right, that looks like crap. Fuck that. Pardon my language. I don't know if this is a.
Oh no.
Nope.
Please.
Whoa, no. There's no fucking swearing on this goddamn show, okay?
So they changed the animation back to a regular 2D animation, and that's really actually when I realized that I wanted to do voiceover, because the few friends who I'd told that I was in it came up to me and they said, "Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so sorry you got recast." And I was like, "What are you talking?" Because the characters looked different. So my friends thought it was a brand new actor as well. And so I was like, oh my God, my own friends don't even realize that it's still me doing this show. This is brilliant. This is total. I have total anonymity from doing this. I didn't know the word anonymity back then. But the point is, I was like, yes, this is great. Nobody knows who the hell I am. Yes, I can be anybody I want to be, and nobody gets to make fun of me because nobody even knows it's me.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was something else I mentioned before the break was I saw that behind the scenes video with you and all the kids recording Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
And that show must have been like a fucking blast with like, I mean, even just you guys like you and like Arnold and Helga and all them. And then like, having A-listers like, Dan Castellaneta and Maurice LaMarche and Tress MacNeille, all these people like littered through the adult characters. Like that must have been like a huge experience as well.
Yeah, it was actually usually what they would do for that show was they would just have the kids all by themselves because, like, I mean, for somebody like Dan Castellaneta, having a bunch of kids, messing up takes, I mean, it's time consuming and he's a busy guy. So they were like, let's keep the professionals, like let's have them come in and do their own thing so that they can get in and get out because these kids are going to take forever. Because we would chat with each other while the mics were on and people were trying to record. They actually got like walls to move in, like little like walls on wheels to get between us so that we would stop talking to each other while somebody else was trying to record. So that was and then of course we just like lean back in our chairs and like talk around the walls. So they just kind of gave up on that, but it acted as a deterrent for a little while. But yeah, it was fun because you get to like play with like your fellow actors and they're all your age, and it was like this is great. And I have so much respect for the people who actually cast real children to do like an ongoing show like Hey Arnold, because you have to constantly recast, especially for the boys, because our voice will change as we get older, and then it's like, well, I can't sound like I did when I was 12, so sorry.
Yeah, there were like
Get somebody else in.
5 Arnolds, I think, weren't there, or something like
Yeah,
that?
there were
Yeah.
definitely 5, and there were like 4 Eugenes. I was the 3rd one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were the original. Okay, I had no idea.
No. Fun fact, though, the 2nd one was actually a guy named Jarrett Lennon, who played my best friend in an on-camera movie that we did called Just Like Dad.
Huh.
So
Okay,
just like,
yeah.
Oh.
wackadoodles.
That's kind of neat.
If you guys have questions in this Google Doc, please pop in at any point.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
let you know.
Frob has one.
All right.
Okay, Rob.
Want to ask, out of all the voices you did, which one's your favorite, and also which show did you enjoy working on the most? If it doesn't involve your favorite voice.
Ooh, favorite voice for me, probably would be Venom, from Spectacular Spider-Man, just because I'm like a huge Venom fan. He's my absolute favorite Marvel villain, and so
Good
it was like
answer.
it was just it was just an honor to play him. So that was sweet. And favorite show, that might have to go to Codename Kids Next Door, because that was a real
Yeah.
milestone in my career. It was the odds of that actually happening, of me playing those roles, were so slim to none. It was a real example of just how much luck can play into this profession. And the fact that it went for like 6 seasons was just like mind blowing to me.
I'm really impressed by the fact that you got to play 2 of the main characters too.
Yeah, that was an unexpected little twist. What happened was the original voice for number 1 was going to be Tom Kenny. What happened was this was from Tom Warburton had worked with Tom Kenny on one of his shorts, animated specials that the Kids Next Door was a spin-off of. It was called Kenny and the Chimp. And,
That's right. Yeah.
And so Tom was going to play number 1, and so he had him in to do it, and he was just like, oh, gosh, I love Tom. I'm definitely going to have him come in on this series, but I need somebody else for number 1. So then they actually hired a young boy who was, I believe, at the time 12 or so, who he was not British, but his mother was. And so he'd grown up hearing that accent his whole life, so he could do a perfect, spot-on, authentic Brit. And when it came time to actually record the show, between the casting and the actual recording process, he'd gone off to summer camp. And when he came back from summer camp, his voice had changed.
Oh.
So he was totally unable to play this role. So he was like, oh my God, I have to recast this again. So then they started saying, okay, let's have the guys who we've already cast in this show audition. So I'd already been cast as number 2. They had me read for number 1, and they were like, yeah, okay, use that. And so that's how I wound up getting that for the pilot. Then the show had to go on and win a whole contest in order to become a show. And then it actually became a show, and then it actually became a successful show. So like all of that like kind of crazy happenstance had to go into making that happen.
Oh yeah.
That's
Insane.
nuts. Oh my, because
Yeah.
I remember. I can't even imagine. I love Tom Kenny, but I can't even imagine anybody else doing number 1 in anything.
Yeah, same.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
although actually didn't Yuri have to match you?
He did it in the fighting game on 3DS.
Yeah, the Punch Out Extreme or Punch Time Extreme, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
They got you back for the console version, though, so that worked out.
Yeah, they did. They also, I mean, I had to do, what's his name? Greg Sipes' role in that thing.
You were
played
Kevin?
Yeah, I was Kevin in that.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
I
okay.
guessed.
Yeah, that was kind of a limited sort of like, who can we get to do this kind of
Yeah.
situation. But yeah, no, Kids Next Door, that's another one. That must have been like a gift, doing that show, especially even just with you four, you and Lauren and Cree and Dee doing everything. Like, God, like.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
I
because
can't
these
even
are all the guys who I grew up with listening to, like Cree from Tiny Toons. And Dee, he was like Olmec on Legends of the Hidden Temple on Nickelodeon.
Oh.
So I mean,
Oh
I'm
my
just-
God.
and I'm, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I know all these people. This is so cool, and I get to like work with them. So and then of course we'd have all these guest stars on who were also big names. We had Rob Paulson. We had
Mark Hamill.
Sure, Mark
Hamill's,
Hamill came on. We had Frank Welker. He played my father in that show. Jeff Glenn Bennett, and I mean, just everybody. Jennifer Hale, Grey Delisle, Tara Strong. They would all come on and do the show. I'm like, I know all of these people because I watched them as a kid. This is so neat.
It's really, really cool. Hey, Cyberlink, did you wanna say
Sure. You talked a little bit about how you were a big fan of Venom, and how you love doing that character. You've actually got a new superhero show starting in a couple of weeks. Can you tell us a little about that?
It's top secret. No, yeah, it is. It's called Hulk and the Agents of Smash, and it is an animated series based on the Incredible Hulk after he's been kind of personality-wise de-Hulkified a little bit. He's actually got a little bit more in control of himself, and he's trying to basically fix all the damage that he's done and show people that he's not a monster anymore. And he winds up taking on this team of other Hulkified superheroes, and they go around beating the living daylights out of bad guys.
Sounds pretty
Sold.
exciting.
So you play Scar on that show?
Yes, in the comics, Scar is the son of Hulk. In this, it hasn't been determined yet. We do learn where Scar comes from in this continuum, but whether or not he's actually Hulk's son is up in the air.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Mr. Martin.
Martin, you want to take one?
Is it from the list on the document?
You could ask your own from your mind or something on the doc.
I'll ask something on the document.
Okay.
Favorite sound and least favorite sound.
Favorite sound?
You
Good
too?
answer.
Your
At least-
favorite sound is the sound of my dad snoring.
Snoring while coughing a loogie.
That's right. Least favorite sound?
So a modem from the 90s.
Yeah.
Great.
AOL Network.
With a baby attached to it.
Fine,
Baby attached.
A baby trying to log on the internet in the 90s.
Why do they
Yes.
sell those? That's what confuses me. Cheru.
Okay. I have two actually, one of my own and one from the list, or I'll just do my own, whatever. But while growing up doing this show, specifically Kids Next Door, was it ever surreal to like turn on the TV and like it's on and you're watching it and you're like, "Fuck, that's me! Holy crap!" Or did you ever have people come up to you and be like, "Yo, I can totally recognize that you play this character because I can hear it in your voice"?
Let's see. The first part of that question is no, it was only painful because I'm my own harshest critic. So hearing every single line I'd say, I'd be like, no, that's wrong. That's not how I should have said it. Oh, I can't stand this. And I'd have to turn it off.
Oh.
For the other thing, I actually, while the show was on, I mean, it's on back now in reruns. I think it's on at like 2:30 Pacific time weekdays on Cartoon Network, I think. But nobody knew about this show where I was. Like, apparently Tom Warburton, when he was in New York, would meet kids all the time who were like huge fans of this show. I taught kids karate. None of them had even heard of this show. And I was like, how is this show successful? Who on earth is watching this? I have no
Really?
clue. Yes. And I was all
Yeah,
right.
because it was big over here. Because I was a huge fan of Kids Next Door when I was growing up. So, hi, you're like one of my heroes. Hi.
Aw.
But like,
Aw.
so I don't know. Yeah.
Did Curb just hang up?
Yeah, he got offended. He can't believe you said that.
Oh, he's having connection issues.
No, his connection is having a really hard time, which is
Oh.
kind of funny to me because the only reason you're on here is because you know him.
But now we also have a Dave.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Dave.
Because he's very talented.
Dave just
Hello.
woke up.
Hi.
hi,
Yes.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
This is our resident Australian, Dave.
Yeah. G'day, mate. How you doing? Crikey,
That's what they all sound like.
He's actually half koala.
But
Which half?
It's really nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Good to be here.
it's really cool. So like, it kind of sucks that Curb left because like you're a fan of his stuff, and that's you guys started like you watched Parody Rangers and like
Yes.
you watched
What?
you
Really?
watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and like.
Yeah, I like all of that stuff. I mean,
But-
hey, listen, I'm an internet nerd too, so this is just kind of like, yeah, I know those dudes.
I
I
think
know
you're
Team 4-Star and stuff.
yeah. I think you're only 1 year older than me, if I'm correct. 82.
I am 82.
Yeah, no, I meant yeah. I meant born.
I'm 82 years old. Yeah, born in 1982. Yes.
You sound extremely young for your age.
I know.
Thank you. Oh, hey, there's Curb.
There we go.
Hey.
Sorry.
We were
Anyway,
just
we're-
talking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No, it was a pleasant good. Don't worry.
We're talking about your sweet ass.
All right, what question are we on now? Sorry.
That was my own. Should I read one from the list?
Yeah, do it. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. You obviously got started doing voice work at a pretty young age. How did you account for the changing of your voice for roles like Eugene?
Very simply, what happened was when I was about 16, because our agency is divided into about, I guess it would be like 4 different sections. One is the youth division, then there's the modeling division, there's the singing, dancing division, and then there's the adult voiceover division. I can't model and I can't sing and dance, so those things are out. But the adult division said to me, "Hey, why don't you audition and for us? And if we like you, we're going to keep you around and you'll be part of the adult team." So I wrote up like a very, very quick script of a bunch of different little quick lines of different voices that I could do, rehearsed it, and then came in and laid it down for them. And based on that, they said, "Yeah, okay, we want you to come in here and do cartoons and audition for animated projects like that." So I stopped auditioning for anything that called for a realistic kid voice, because definitely by 16, I could not sound like I did when I was 12 and do like Eugene's voice. Or I wish I could still do that, but I can't. And that's how I wound up accommodating for the fact that my voice changed.
That's cool.
I always kind of thought your number 2 voice was maybe like you trying to do an impression of your younger self as
It
Eugene.
is, and it so is. That's
Is it?
exactly
Okay,
what
good.
it is.
Can you still do it or no?
The number 2 voice?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I can totally do that.
I secretly
God.
tricked you into doing
Oh
voices.
my God.
I'll fuck you. You're so Cheryl.
But actually, you know what? While we're on that note, you should plug Digimon Fusion, because I know you've got countless jokes about number 2 for that related character.
Yes, I'm playing the role of Shoutmon and another role as well in Digimon Fusion, which is the latest iteration of the Digimon franchise. And Shoutmon is basically just my number 2 voice with more gravel in it, and that's it. So it's just like they had me audition with like a bunch of different voices. They really wanted something that was very strange and monstery because he's supposed to be a Digimon and not a human. So I had a bunch of things like,
Well, hi, my name is Shoutmon.
and I was like, this is the worst freaking audition I've ever given in my life. But they were like, just give us some samples. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do like 3 god-awful ones and then one that I really think is right for the character. And sent those in, and somehow they picked that one. And I was like, yes, oh my gosh, I'm going to be Shoutmon. This is awesome. And it's going to be a cool show. I think we've recorded up to episode 15 so far. And it's going to be airing sometime this fall on Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, Vortex on the WB, or CW rather. And apparently screens everywhere, whatever that means. I'm assuming computer
It's on
screens.
every single screen.
Yeah.
The room is just completely screens.
I can't drive because it's on my Windows.
GPS, like, turn left, and then Digimon! Oh, dang it. No.
I want a shout.
They're taking over. I knew it.
What did you say, Martin?
Lord.
I want a Shoutmon GPS system that just directs me all over the place in that voice. No.
And it's got to be...
Turn left! No! The other left!
But this is a bridge. No, do it!
Jump over the bridge! You can do it! Come on!
Make 3 lefts, because you missed that right.
Blind to space.
This is
Yeah.
the best GPS
Digivolve
ever.
2.
Gibby,
Blah.
did you want a thing?
Sure. I'll take one of the questions.
Okie dokie.
If you could attempt any other career, what would you try and why?
Oh, wow. Boy, that really would imply that I had some other, like, plan in life. I'm not a planner, you see. No, you know what it would probably be? It would probably be either computer programming or editing. It would probably be one of those two.
Okay.
Editing,
Oh,
like
you know
movie
what?
editing, or?
Yeah, like movie editing. I'm halfway competent with like Pro Tools, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
You know Masako, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he actually does that. That's his job actually. Like when he's not doing his his video shit.
Oh,
or his
that's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a
That's actually
test
his
later,
job.
actually.
Is that also like Kaiser Neko's job too, or?
No, he's just really good at it. I actually don't know what Scott's job. Oh my god, you actually fucking know who all these people are.
Yes. I think I'm following Takahata and someone else from Team 4-Star on Twitter. Oh, I'm following Martin on Twitter too. I forgot.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Everyone.
I
follows Martin.
apologize for everything.
I'm sorry. I need to take a second to explain a little timeline. Okay, so Ben has a Facebook fan page which I was subscribed to, and then he plugged Soul Saga, which is a game that I'm working on, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's so cool of you! Thank you so much for the plug." And he was like, "No problem, Kerberfer," and I'm like, "He looked up my screen name. That's funny." And then I follow him on Twitter, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm being followed by legendary animator Kerberfer," and I'm just like, "You're fucking with me right now, okay?" Right? Then he plugs Tome on his Facebook, and I'm like, "All right, what the fuck is going on?"
It's all an elaborate ruse. You've been punked.
And here we are. So
yeah, this whole time, I'm so sorry, Chris. I thought you were Ego Raptor. I am so sorry.
Oh.
You know, you be the first.
Can I be John? Can I be JonTron, please?
Can I be shocked?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's great.
Somebody asked Bracken Ninja's question or whatever
Wait,
about.
no, I had a million things. No, you're ruining my life.
What? I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts. You got a question?
Oh no! My question is who? Okay, this is a serious question. Who is best Tome?
Oh. You know what? It's got to be Nylock. Yeah.
High five.
Oh yes.
This gentleman has good taste.
Nylock, Dragon of Blank.
All right, I'm just gonna go.
I was kind of hoping. I was kind of holding out for maybe Shogun, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Tiny. Whatever.
It's okay, Curb. We don't mind the sound of your head exploding on stream.
I'm asking. Okay, Brakinja, somebody submitted a question to the Tumblr. Dear Benjamin, I know of your other roles, and I grew up with quite a bit of them, and recently you voiced young Xehanort in the latest Kingdom Hearts game.
That's how you pronounce it.
Had a lot of great voice. What was it like working with Disney and Square Enix on this game, and were there any parts that made working with them difficult?
And remember, this is recorded, and they will find this later.
Okay. They were jerks. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, here come the ninjas. Oh, shit.
Let me tell you all about how mean Disney. Well, first of all, and the mic is cut. No. Kingdom Hearts, it was really fun working on it, but it was this project that came completely out of nowhere. You know, I'm not at all by any stretch of the imagination like a quote unquote big name in voice acting, where it's like people just hand me roles. They're like, "Oh, this is a Ben Diskin role. Just give that to Ben." But this one kind of sort of was. I've told this story before, so sorry if you've already heard it, but what happened was I had auditioned for, I believe it was Final Fantasy 13-2 for them, and they had like a whole ton of different characters, like 14, 15 of them. And what you needed to say at the beginning of each one of your auditions was, "Hi, my name is your name here, and I'm trying out for the role of blank, and I agree to the non-disclosure agreement," meaning you're not going to go out and tell people about the game or auditioning for it. And so I'd done all of my auditions, and then I went, "Oh, Jesus Christ, I totally forgot to record the whole disclaimer thing at the beginning." So I just made one little file and said, "Hi, my name is Ben Diskin. I have read and agreed the non-disclosure agreement, and I'm trying out for the role of," and then I would just put the rest of it with me saying the name of the role and the care, and then go into the take. Well, the guys who heard those auditions really liked one of the reads that I did, and they started playing it for me, and they said, "This is what we want you to do for young Xehanort." And they just kept playing me saying, "Hi, my name is Ben Diskin." And I'm just going, "Okay, when are they going to play me the character?" And they're like, "No, that's why we hired you. You're Slate. We really liked your Slate." I'm like, okay. So I did, and of course, oddly enough, I don't slate everything like, "Hello, my name is Ben Diskin." Like, I don't do that. So somehow it went from just me talking in my normal speaking voice to a much deeper and sexier sound, because I am young Xehanort. It was that kind of thing. And I was just like, all right. And we spent a grand total of exactly 8 hours, 4 hours a day working on this thing. And the hardest part about it was the fact that I had no idea what any of those lines meant. They were all completely out of context, and they're already kind of a little bit like, mystical and strange. And, they use all sorts of different metaphors and similes, and you're just kind of like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. So I'd have the Japanese director translate it through English to somebody who was local. They would tell me what to say and like which words to emphasize and like how to play the role. But I still had no idea what any of that stuff was. So if you like that character, believe me, you owe absolutely no thanks to me. It's all thanks to like the Japanese director. I was just a complete puppet that entire recording session.
Well, to be fair, nobody who's playing the games knows what's going on either, so it all works out.
Yeah, I mean, that very game, the whole thing is a spoiler leading up to fucking Leonard Nimoy Xehanort coming in and be like, now I'm going to explain everything ever. Like, okay, I still don't know what's going on. But thanks.
Like, now we get it.
So I hope I don't know what their plan is for 3, but I if history repeats itself, oh, this character's really popular, let's find some way to shoehorn them into the next one. I'm assuming they'll probably try to integrate.
I'd say the odds are pretty good.
Into 3. So here's hoping.
If he's in it, don't say anything. Okay, good. On to the next one. So, Crikey Dave Smith.
Hello, that's me. Hello.
Would you like to read a question or ask your own, and I will make fun of you?
I will read and ask the question.
Yes.
Let's see, the last one. The Argon Ninja asked whachow and or our fine guest here, for Mr. Diskin, which of the delightful children from down the lane did you voice?
I voiced I forget what his name is. I believe it was Thomas. He was the tall one who is in the back with the his eyes covered by his bangs.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So now when you say that, do you mean like that's the one that you just kind of headcanon considered that you were voicing? Okay, right.
That's exactly what that is. Because technically there's only 4 of us. It was me, Dee, Lauren, and Cree, who were playing all 5 of them. But then they had Dee specifically play Lenny, who's the one with the football helmet and the braces, in one episode where he like separates from the kids next door, the delightful children rather. And so it was kind of like, well, I'm either the short guy or the tall guy, and I was doing this kind of a voice. So I figured, like, okay, I guess it's probably the tall guy in the back would probably have a creepier voice because he looks kind of like Lurch. So
by the way, and you're gonna laugh because who just asked this question? That character's name was apparently David.
Oh, it was David. Oh, okay. Who knew?
I just looked that up a second ago. When you did that, did they have you and Cree and D doing that in sync, or did you like do one after the other to make it a little easier to sync up?
No, we actually had to do it in sync. We tried a couple of times to do it where like whoever was in the room would do it, and then maybe somebody else would join in later, listening over headphones and try to sync it up, and it just sounded terrible. So it was best with like D in there counting us down, going like 3, 2, 1, and then going into the line, so we could all like have our eyes on each other and like focusing on the other person and really trying to get in sync. Otherwise, it did not work at all.
Okay,
that's kind of neat.
Awesome.
Who wants to go next?
Cyberlink had a tangentially related question thingy.
Okay.
I did. I was actually curious. How did you get the role of Stitch in the anime?
I auditioned. I wish I had a.
Genius! I would never have thought of that.
Okay, all right, do it again, but now put aliens in there somewhere.
For who? The question or the answer?
Yeah, the Cyberlink at aliens.
I auditioned for it, but then the aliens came.
There it is.
Yeah, no, I auditioned for it. It was the show was kind of funny because originally, they wanted a voice match for Stitch, which is what I did. But as we did the anime, because it's written so much more differently than the original movie or TV series is for Stitch, like they have him just freaking speaking full-on sentences, and he's played much cuter. He's played for much more for laughs than he is a frightening, alien extraterrestrial with a ray gun. That it became higher pitched and a lot cuter and a lot more blabbity, so to speak. So with that, and that was a fun show to work on because they gave Mary and the actors just so much creative control, which we could basically say anything as long as it could air on television. That was really So it definitely deviates from the Japanese script quite a bit, and it just has a whole bunch of random like Looney Tunes references for like no reason, just because we thought it would be fun. So that's one of those like hate it or love it shows.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't know. We never got it over here.
Well, I think it was. Crikey Dave might have perhaps seen it if he.
Possibly.
happened to.
I know that I remembered her when it came out, but I haven't seen it out here
Oh,
yet. I need to investigate it. I mean, I need to watch more TV.
Well, oh wait, but so you're. I don't know. You're Australia though, right? Not New Zealand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
If New Zealand has different, something different from Australia in terms of like the networks and stuff, maybe it was only New Zealand.
Oh wait, we did get it. We got it on like Disney XD over here like a couple weeks ago. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. Screw what I said.
That's okay.
It's all fired.
Oh fuck me.
Did you do any of the Stitch stuff for any of the theme parks or nah?
No, that's not me. I'm just the anime Stitch. That's it.
That's cool. Then.
Just the anime Stitch.
Yeah.
Still pretty neato though.
Thank you.
All right. What is your most favorite word?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And
High five.
What is what is your least favorite word? It's a long word.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Prostate? I don't know. that just sounds. I just. Oh God, no! Please no.
Prostate, man's greatest weakness.
Oh God, the prostate. No.
Not again.
He kicked me right in the prostate, and it won't get out. God, why?
I'm gonna make Gina ask you something because she was freaking out over the Kingdom Hearts stuff. So she has to ask something.
Ask something, Gina.
Damn.
She said she has a
what?
connection right now, so she can't.
I know she's having a connection.
There she is.
Hey, Gina.
She's back.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Gina, just ask the question and eventually it'll get through.
I kind of have one from my brain. I don't know if you have like your own children or children that are around you, like family, friends, or whatever. But do you think that the shows that you've been in, like Kids Next Door and stuff and everything, would they be things that you would want to show these kids?
Let me just make sure I understood the question. Are you asking me if I have children and would show them this stuff, or if I'm around children? What was
just like.
If children exist.
Yeah, just any
Yes.
Children.
It is against my religion to believe that children exist. I'm sorry. That's why I swear
Show me
so
evidence.
goddamn fucking much.
What are all these small people? What the hell?
God, they're just really, really short. I don't know.
You'll come
They
out
won't
with
shut up.
that.
They won't stop crying. It's just
Hobbits.
Hobbits. They wax. That's why their feet look like great. I would say, yeah, I would be mostly more or less proud to show a lot of the stuff I've done to kids. I mean, there are certain things like, okay, I'm a character in an anime called Excel World named Ash Roller, who is just so foul-mouthed that it's like his insults don't even actually make any sense. They're just like random like spewings of profanity. So maybe I would wait until they're at like at least 5 before I show them that.
Probably a good call.
You know,
4-year-old's bit too young. 5, yeah, right.
yeah, it's
No,
fine.
you never know.
But 4, absolutely not. No. 5, sure.
That's cool that you're in Excel World. I know a bunch of people who are in there. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I believe Kira Buckland is she plays. Oh, I can't remember the character's name, but like the
Black princess.
the Black Queen. Yeah.
Is Eric the main character in that? Eric Kimmerer?
Yeah, he's a little pig guy.
Yeah.
And Sarah Williams and some other people. Some Tome people are in that show too.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Lucian Dodge
Sure,
is the best friend. Takumu, I believe, is the character's name is.
Yeah, Lucian is awesome.
Lucian is the bomb. Lucian
love
is
that
a
man.
badass.
He used to live over here, and then he was a dick, and he moved.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him over at Studiopolis.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's been doing really well for himself. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
And shit.
I'm so proud of him. They just grow up so fast.
Oh my god.
Except they don't because they're hobbits.
Oh yeah. But they
Thank
got
God he's 5 years old. He can watch all the
They
animes
don't
now.
grow. People are born adult size.
Frab.
People are
Of
super
course.
size from birth.
Frib
Yes.
Frab.
Yes.
Would you like to ask one of your own or another one from the list? We have so many to choose from. I think there's like 3.
Tough choice. I guess I have to go with one in the list. Okay. Dog exit Dex, whatever, asks for Mr. Diskin. Do you have a dream role you'd like to voice, or have you already voiced that dream role?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Batman as number one.
Right. Well, I did audition for Batman for the new one.
Arkham
Beware the
Origins?
Batman. No,
Oh,
Beware
the
the
new
Batman.
show. Yeah.
The new show.
Oh,
But
yeah, that one.
I mean, I guess that would be fun, but I don't really, I don't know. I don't really like have a huge preference for the roles I play. I basically, I'm a voiceover actor. I take whatever I can get. So for me, it's just kind of like if something awesome comes about, like, oh, okay, I did every single voice in the DC Nation short, which was Shade, the Changing Man, and so that was really fun to just get to just play everybody and actually have that be on TV. So that's kind of like neat. But I mean, do I have like an ideal character? No. I just like doing my job, whatever comes my way.
Cool.
Do you think that you've done stuff for Disney and Marvel now that Disney owns Marvel, that voice work will be more readily available?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right now. It doesn't really change much. It's just it's I'm sure it means a lot of money for Disney, especially with like the Avengers movie and all that stuff. That made them a whole buttload of it. But as far as just being a voice actor, nah, it's the same people just with like a new position, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Now that people just sitting there with like suits and like an Iron Man mask, like, do the line, please.
Right.
I have a question.
Okay.
Did you see Pacific Rim, and if so, did you love it?
Oh my god.
I so desperately want to see that movie. It looks awesome. It looks
So
like
good.
basically what I've heard is if you want to see a movie with kaiju and robots beating the living crap out of each other, you will not be disappointed. If you're going for anything else, you might be. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I would want to see this. So
You guys should make a date out of it.
I was hoping for a movie that told me about cooking, though. There's no cooking at all.
Oh man.
Okay, I have a question. How great is Shogun and Ronaldo? I just want to know how.
I don't even think he knows what that means, Sai.
I don't care.
Shogun is amazing.
Yes.
Every single line that he says, I literally just I cream myself.
I think he had a line. So
That's all it took.
Line.
That's
all it
took.
took. I just keep hitting replay, and it seems like so much more of a character.
I totally agree. I see what I mean.
Do you actually know what he's talking about, or are you just like feeding his ego?
No. That's from Tome, right?
Yeah, the green haired
Yeah.
guy.
In your
like-
face! He's totally
okay.
foul
All right,
Simon,
all right,
Shogun
all right.
dirt.
That was, by the way, remember when I posted on your Facebook wall like forever ago, and I was like, "Hey, I've stolen a lot of acting tricks from you, thank you," and you were like, "Oh, hope it was nothing bad that I rubbed off." That was an episode that I stole shit from you because Zeto was basically just like, okay, young Xehanort, I need to learn how to do that.
Oh,
I'm trying
that's
doing the best I possibly can at that. It's probably not very good, but here you go.
I like it.
So thank
You
you
know-
for that. I
You
appreciate
know
No
what,
it.
problem.
Kev? You got the role by doing your slate, so you did actually.
Hi, I'm Chris Neosi, and this is my project, so I'm going to give myself whatever role I want, and you can fucking
he just emails it
You
to
want-
himself like,
Yeah, you walk to the other end of the room like, that was great, you got the role. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Piece of shit.
The weird part is that he didn't get it on the first try.
Yeah, it was actually going to be Cheru somehow. No.
What?
Hi, welcome. Anyway,
Cheryl is
I
young
originally
Xehanort.
was gonna go to Vic Mignogna,
Xenonaut.
but it
Oh.
was just really. I mean Vic Mignogna. No.
yeah. And his voice
Like
changed, so he
Jupiter.
couldn't get the role.
Minya, minya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is happening?
You anymore?
Gabby, you had a
Hour.
question. Gabby, you had a
when
question
you were
later.
fucking Soul Saga that you were a fan of like old school JRPGs, and so you sound like you are like an avid gamer. So what are some of your favorite Battlegrounds?
Battlegrounds.
No, what is that?
What's your favorite video games?
Oh,
What herb is
Games
it?
in a weird
Herb, I
way.
know how
Gummy.
tough
I
it
would
is.
say, well, of course, the Legend of Zelda series. I've played every single game except for the Unholy Triforce on CDI because I can't
No
afford
one
that. And
blames
also,
you.
fuck that.
Wait, you saved your own life.
Boy.
I like most of the Final Fantasy games, especially like 8 was the first one I ever played, and I liked it. 9 I thought was actually one of my favorites. 10, 10 existed. I stay away from the online MMOs because I really just don't have that kind of time. And let's see. Any of the Mario games. I'm a Nintendo fiend. I got like the Wii U and stuff like that, and still enjoying it somehow because there's not a lot of
You
freaking
should
games.
add me on Wii U Miiverse.
Dude, I asked you on Twitter. I was like, "Oh, dude, what's your name?"
That was you?
That was
True,
me.
he did.
Oh, I've just been browsing Twitter. I've just been
You
ignoring
fool.
everything. I'm sorry.
No.
You bastard, Martin!
You fool.
He's too much of a
Okay.
celebrity.
That's fine.
Most important question right here.
Yes.
Xbox, PlayStation, Wii, or do you play PC?
Wow. Well, I've owned pretty much all of them. Technically not PC because my PC's specs are just pretty darn awful. They're good for like the basics, but not for gaming. So that's the only reason why. But yeah. I would say of all of them, I guess I preferred the PlayStation 3 because the Xbox kept dying on me, and I had to like do all sorts of tricks. Where I
It's a
took it
very
apart.
appropriate answer.
Yeah, that was the fat Xbox, and I just gave up. Even though I know they made better models and all that stuff, but I said,
I went through 4. I feel your pain.
"Oh God."
I have
It's
sort of a related question to that then.
Okay.
Like I was looking through your voice roles and I saw that you actually did a voice for someone in Halo 4. Are you familiar with the Halo series? Like, do you like the series, or did you just do a voice in it and move away?
Gabby.
For purely personal reasons, that is not a fault of the game itself. I do not like Halo because my
Okay.
very, very first experience was being thrust into an online like multiplayer battle. And so, of course, I just kept getting like blown up. I'd take one step and somebody would shoot me in the face. And I was like, well, how do I switch weapons? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay, this is great.
Oh,
So
no.
I never got to just like sit down and like play the campaign, get used to it, and then try that. So it poisoned me against it. I'm sure it's a great series, but
That'll
not
sour you.
being.
No, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't like it after that.
That was literally like my GoldenEye 64 experience, and everybody else loves that game except for me.
I was playing Halo 4 last night for the first time ever, and that's exactly my experience with it because my friends brought it over to their party, and we were playing it, and I haven't played Halo since like 2001, so I was like, I've played this before, no problem, and I kept dying every 3 seconds.
Headshot.
Big
problem.
Other team
Big
wins.
problem.
Game over.
Yeah,
So who is Miller on Halo 4?
Miller is he's the Spartan who's in charge of sending you out on missions during the Spartan Ops
okay.
storyline based segment of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun thing to do because that was part motion capture and part just voiceover stuff. So I got to wear like the suit and have a bunch of dots all over my face and do the facial recognition tracking stuff.
Oh, cool.
But they like during one of it, they had for some reason they had 2 different directors, one directing the mocap and one directing the voiceover. So when we did the motion capture, like there's this, I had no context for any of the lines, and it was just sort of like, "Hey, you can do it, guys. Go get him. All right, we'll be waiting here for you." It was like just sort of like this relaxed tone. But when we actually did the voiceover part for that same exact section, it turns out the ship that I'm on, which is the Infinity, is like under siege. And like the team that I've sent out is like on board, like blasting the living shit like right outside my door, and I'm scared for my life. So they have like this picture-in-picture stuff where it's me going like, "Hey guys, you're doing a great job," and then as soon as it cuts off, it's me going like, "Okay, all right, turn left. Oh geez, they're almost here. No, you know." So it was just awful. Like so they basically just said, "Okay, just scrap the picture-in-picture stuff. Get it out of here. It's gonna ruin this completely." So we just lost that, but. You know, it was still fun to do. I had fun dressing up like a weirdo in a onesie and hopping around on stage pretending to be like shot at and like typing on an invisible keyboard.
Was it very hard doing mocap stuff?
For me, it kind of is because I'm so out of practice with memorizing lines. that it's just like, oh God, this. Oh right, I did this when I was like 12. I don't really. Oh jeez. So and plus a lot of it was like really complicated technological mumbo jumbo of like phasers are set to stun and we're gonna land on the planet XYQ at coordinates 9 5. So I had like a cheat sheet with me that I would just like look it over. Okay, and then do it, and then look at it. Go, what was it again? Okay, it's just yeah. I'm terrible at it, but I did enjoy doing it when I did. I just wish I could do like a more acrobatic role sometime. Like, oh, okay, you know what? Dream role. It would have to be playing Spider-Man, but doing the mocap for it. I would like.
That would
I
be
would
cool.
like to be
That
on
would
a trapeze, swinging around, pretending to be web slinging. That would be my dream.
Would you wanna voice him as well, or just do the mocap?
Oh, both. Oh yeah.
Oh, you've done
sweet.
Spider-Man. That's
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh well,
Yeah.
I did do Spider-Man, and technically, I can't say anything because it's NDA. But I'm doing something related to Spider-Man.
Okay, all right, no, that's fine. We'll take that.
Secrets revealed.
Oh my God.
Well, it was really cool. Well, it was really cool. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page as well that apparently played Rhino in the Marvel Heroes game recently.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
I beat you 3 times. This is really bizarre. I'm so sorry.
That is just fine with me.
So
That was really cool though. That's really awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Ben, which of these Twitter accounts is you? Because I've seen like a dozen people asking for my Wii U code.
Oh, mine is. Are you ready for this? Benjamin Diskin.
Oh God.
I don't see you on here.
You don't?
I'll just
No,
let me
no,
link
no.
to his Twitter here. Hold
Okay.
a second.
Yeah.
I
You can
checked
follow him at twitter.com/Benjamin Diskin at Benjamin Diskin. Go do that shit.
At Benjamin
Slash
Diskin.
Benjamin Diskin.
He needs more
Slash.
followers.
I'm
Yeah, there you
done.
go.
I will do that. I will do that right after Dave asks this next question.
Oh,
Thanks, Dave.
I will. Sate Jimmy O asked Benjamin, if you could give any piece of advice to any of the characters you voiced, what would it be, and who would it be to?
To Eugene, and keep your chin up, kid. I don't know. Because he'd probably crash into something if he's looking down around.
Fair point.
I don't know. I don't really know. Stay strong to any of them. God, I really wish I were better at interviews. I have no.
No, you're doing good.
See, like, oh yeah, if I had like 10 minutes to like think about the answer to that, I'd give you such a good answer. It would be brilliant.
Come back
But,
next
yeah.
week.
Okay, all right. I will like I'll listen to all this stuff online, just make a bunch of notes, come back, and just wow you guys.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Perfect. Part 2.
All right. Who wants the next question and the last?
I'll take it.
Okay, low voice who didn't say anything. Cheru?
You haven't asked any.
Oh.
Who?
You haven't asked any. Go ahead.
I don't really have so much of a question. Just this is like Codename Kid Next Door and Hey Arnold were really big deal shows to me, and like the fact that you're talking to you and like I like you're lending yourself to us when like I really appreciate all the work that you did, and the fact that you're here talking to us really means a lot. I don't have much of a question. Just try not to fanboy out at 30 years old. It's really difficult. So I just give me your dick is my question.
Hey.
Well, the good news is it's really long. I think it can reach. Okay.
California.
I figured as much.
Yeah,
Actually.
You know what? Here's the question that Sai wants to ask, but he has forgotten it.
Okay.
Can you say our show's tagline is number 1?
Well, I was gonna ask that, but just later.
So to the
Oh,
end.
okay. Save that for the end then.
Oh, jeez. What is the tagline?
Your
We'll write it
tagline.
down.
It's whachow. It's like a kick in the nuts.
Whachow, it's like a kick in the nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. This is number 1. Whachow, it's like a kick in the nuts. Oh, mommy. It hurts.
That was awesome.
It's good.
Good.
Awesome.
Let's die now. We're okay. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Well,
We're done.
Do you have any questions for us?
Don't pull that.
Actually, no. You've heard the legendary vagina monologues, which
Of
were
course.
spawned from this.
Yes.
When I don't know if that was your first exposure to whachow, but what did you think when you first heard that video?
I had no idea what on earth was going on, but I greatly enjoyed it. That's I have no idea which words exactly you guys are replacing, whether it's all the verbs or all the nouns or just whatever makes sense. But I liked it a lot, and I also like the what was it, the Ebonics take on it, the Ebonics dictionary version.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Nah.
That's my favorite part.
The Blue Eyes Whitey Dragon, or no, the Blue Peeps Whitey Dragon.
Whitey Dragon.
Yeah, Blue Peeps Whitey Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like, while you have us, do you have any questions for us? Since this is the first time we're like talking.
Oh, I don't know.
Long walks on the beach. If
Yeah.
that answers anything.
That does. That tells me absolutely everything.
No, I do have a question, and it's
Oh.
out of all. You've seen a lot of fan stuff of all the stuff that you've been in. Has there been anything that you've seen that you've just been like, okay, now I am creeped out. I'm out of here.
It's the internet. I've seen so much stuff that I'm just like, yeah, all right, okay. Oh, look, it's a character I played on K having gay sex with his sworn enemy. All right, that's. Yep. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna go to bed now and just cry myself to sleep.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I did a Tumblr search for Shoutmon with the adult filters off.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm
Poor
just like,
thing.
yep. So
Don't
I got
go to
see.
Tumblr at all. What are you thinking?
I know. Yeah.
Dude,
now I
it's
got to
Digimon.
see
Don't ever do that.
gay sex with Agumon and Shoutmon. Thanks
Just
a lot.
stop using
internet.
the internet.
Yep. And it was on
Oh,
the
media.
too.
It's too hard. Don't you understand?
That's what Agumon said.
Ah.
All right.
Oh my god. I guess as we're nearing the end, we obviously you got Hulk, Agents of Smash coming out. Is there any other new stuff coming out you're allowed to talk about that we should keep an ear out to hear you for?
Let's see. Oh boy. I'm trying to remember all this. Okay, well, there is K, which is an anime that's on Neon Alley. I play Misaki Yata, Yatagarasu, or just Yata for short. There's Excel World. I'm Ash Roller. There is there's Digimon. There's Hulk and the Agents of Smash. There's some video games, but I can't mention any of them because it's all NDA stuff. I think I want to say that's it. I think that's it.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Another anime that I can't talk about because it's in production. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, we'll pretend like you told us. Wow!
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Freaking out.
Oh my god!
Sweet.
Well, you should all go like what is it, the official Benjamin Diskin fan page on Facebook? Is that what the full title is?
Benjamin, right now.
I believe so. I believe it's Benjamin. I think it's Ben Diskin official, if I'm not mistaken.
And tell him that whachow sent you just because.
That's right.
Ben
That way
Diskin
I'll
official
know.
page. There you go. Yeah, and then he's on Twitter, which we plugged already. And is that generally your fan contact stuff that you have?
Yes, those are the two. I'm not on Tumblr, and I'm not on Imager or anything.
I'm not on Imager. Well, me either. It's okay.
Alrighty, well, dude. Thank you so much for joining us. We really
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Thank you so much.
And Martin, send
Yes.
me a message with like your freaking Wii U ID number, okay?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
See, I can't
Over
get to
the
my
Twitters.
screen. Over the Twitters.
Yes.
Twits.
Perfect. Okay, I will check, and then I will add you.
Alright. Are we done recording or?
We can be as long as we say goodbye.
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 Goodbye.